I think I gave you a follow for the the.collection profile, around 300 followers.
Yeah, but that was odd in itself as well, because I remember it was the Ferrari.
It was the Ferrari event over here.
Yeah, so I remember going to my son and saying, right, okay, we've got a situation. He said, what? And I said, got parking, but we don't have any cars. We need cars. And then he just came to me and said, what about the Ferrari F12? And I didn't know, I knew of the car, but I didn't know of that car. So I was like, okay, cool, we'll get one of those, right? So I got the Ferrari. Then
you had Aventador.
Aventador. Then yes. When I got the Ferrari, the thrill of getting the car kind of subsided, and I needed a fix. And so I think within about a month or so, I bought the Lamborghini, the Aventador. But the situation was then I had this Instagram account called the.collection, you know, like sounds like really cool, the collection. But the problem was I only had 2 cars, and I'm like, it's not exactly a collection, it's just 2 cars. You know what I mean? So then I was like, right, okay, because it's kind of like what came first, chicken or the egg? And I was like, collection, parking, I need to get cars. So within 10 months, I filled the parking space. I went oh, that's a funny story, sorry. Then I bought a Rolls Royce afterwards. But then I had at one point 2 McLarens. Okay, and everyone asks me, why did you get 2 McLarens? Why would you get 2 McLarens? And the story came about because I knew I wanted one of them, but I didn't know which one I wanted. And this is where my saying, which I kind of populated, comes. If ever in doubt, get both, okay? So somebody told me that a guy in Wrocław had 2 McLarens. You can speak to him about the cars. He'll tell you the pros and cons of each car. So
you were told he's not a nice guy too.
Yeah, I was told, yeah, but he'll never reply to you. Okay, he's not a nice guy. And I'm like, well, we'll see about that. So I sent him a message and he replied, okay? And so I asked him about the pros and cons of the cars and he told me. And then we left it at that because then I just got distracted with other things. And then I heard that, oh, have you heard that this guy is selling the cars? And for me, because I know that he's a real petrol head, I wanted to know that he was okay as a person, okay? Because for him to sell the cars, I thought perhaps there was something wrong with his business and maybe he needed help. And I didn't know him. We hadn't met at that stage either. So I reached out to him and he was completely honest from the bat. And he said, yeah, I'm having challenges with my business and I need to liquidate the cars. And the way he said that, the way he was just so open about it, I was just like, right, I'm going to help you. And he was like, how? And I said, I'll take the McLaren. He said, which one? And I said, both. Okay. We had the call on the Sunday and he said, look, if you're serious, I will come on the Monday. Okay. We had the call on the Sunday. We met at Tai Tai on the Sunday for 2 hours. On the Thursday, both cars were delivered and I had both cars. So that was it. So again, my decision to do many things is not because I'm going to sit and say, right, I want to have 2 McLarens of this. No, it's always with the aviation, with everything, Cafe Mono, Project Wilson, is always because of something else. And I think it's very important that you have to listen to that voice. Don't be so dismissive of that voice, which is telling you, maybe go that path, maybe consider this opportunity, etc. Because the problem that I find is that too many people are actually held back by their own fears. Their fears of achieving, their fears of being able to do something else, or their fears of standing out or being different. And that fundamentally where I feel that many people fail because they don't want to stand out to be different. But the problem is in this world, you're not here to live your life for somebody else. You're here to live your life for yourself. So be different.
So what is Instagram for you?
Oh God, Instagram, wow. Wow. Instagram, I see Instagram very differently from most people. Instagram is a great way to connect with people all over the world, okay? If used correctly, but if not used correctly, Instagram is a very, very dark and dangerous place. It really, really is. From a business perspective, I think that every business, no matter the product, the service, has to have a presence on social media. You have to. I mean, gone are the days now where I reference companies on Google. I don't do that. I just go to see their Instagram. Okay, I look at the content that they post. I see if they have engagement. I see how they project themselves as a brand. Instagram, for me, for what I do now, is very much a social tool, but it is a tremendous marketing tool. It is incredible. Oh, it's a monster. It really is. It's an absolute monster. And if and when used in the right hands, it is so powerful.
I understand. You appeared all of a sudden here in Poznan for us.
Yeah.
Through the Instagram, so you had to deal and dealt with hate. And nowadays the companies even insure their clients from online hate.
Yeah.
How you dealt with it?
I don't get it. Shall I tell you why I don't get it? I'm very strong on Instagram because I make a point to connect with people. Okay, so if ever I have an opportunity where somebody sends me something, because they never say anything public, they always do it privately. Okay, I take a screenshot and I put it on my stories and I make it public. Okay, and then I step back and let my audience attack. Okay, I let my followers attack, and what that does is it shows anybody else who wants to pop up their head, oh, if I say something to him, everybody's going to know about it. And the situation where I am kind of now with my Instagram is it's very bizarre because it's very bizarre. If I am in the car, if I'm walking and I record something and just post it on my story, I guarantee you that innocent passerby who walks past my screen, I will receive a message from someone saying, oh, that's my mum, or that's my brother, or that's my next door neighbor. And then that person will somehow all of a sudden open up a fake Instagram account because they've never had Instagram before, or they'll open up an Instagram account and say, you caught me on your stories. So I think the thing is, where I'm at now with Instagram is that I have a large enough following that are very, very genuine, very, very supportive. And I think they allow me to kind of do what it is that I want to do. And this is why I say, when used properly, Instagram is a tremendous marketing tool. It really is. I mean, a lot of people don't understand just how powerful the tool they have in their hand, you know, and a lot of people have businesses, you know, maybe somebody who makes, I don't know, whatever. It doesn't matter what you produce or what service you provide. You need an audience. And where better are you going to find a demographic than on social media and all scales, on all levels? I mean, my Instagram, I have normal people would just walk past in the street, and I have some very, very ultra high net worth individuals, and we communicate. So that's why I prefer the form of communication like WhatsApp or Instagram, because it's immediate. I don't do emails. Emails is old school. Emails are not cool. But I suppose for lawyers, you've got to send stuff.
Yeah, about the lawyers.
Yeah, but you do it through WhatsApp as well.
That's going to be a tough one. What's your experience with lawyers and what it takes to be a good lawyer in terms of your business, Joe? And what is the sweet spot for business and legal?
Right. My experience of lawyers was never really one up until I met you, Marcin. and then everything changed.
You're making me blush.
Right. Give me the 10 zloty later. Do you know what? I never really had experience with lawyers because even in my aviation before, with the contracts, we were always using templates and nobody was checking anything, okay? It's the most bizarre thing. Even with the contract that I told you with Larissa, she never checked anything, I never checked anything, I just got the contract from somebody else, okay? But then I think that when I came here and then I started doing a lot more with the TV show and the brand, et cetera, I needed somebody who understood me. Okay, and this is where it comes down to. If you have a client, you have to understand your client's needs, okay? You must at all times remain professional, but I just say, be real, be you. Don't be this character like, I'm a lawyer, you know, that kind of thing. You can be like, I'm a lawyer, like DJ Marcin. I used to post him on my Instagram. People were going crazy because of his playlist, okay? And they loved the fact that he was also my lawyer, you know? So I just think that you have to be real. And so for me, the ability to have somebody who I could just send a quick WhatsApp to, no matter what time during the day, who understood how I am as a personal, because I can be a little bit demanding, a little bit difficult.
You have to adapt.
Yeah, you have to be adaptable to your clients. You have to. But the most important thing is, don't feel in any way insecure or overwhelmed because of who your client is. Because at the end of the day, we're all human beings. We're all normal people. And I guarantee you that your clients, your ultra high net worth clients, will appreciate the fact that you talk to them as a one-to-one human being. Because they have so many people, excuse my language, ladies, kissing their asses. You understand me? I have a lot of people kissing my ass. But the thing is, I know when they're doing it. Yeah, and it's like, thank you, but no thank you. Just be real, be real. So yeah, so that's my experience with lawyers. And I think that you must serve your clients, absolutely. And yeah, just be good.
Joe, if you could write a letter to younger yourself,
whoa,
what would be the focal point?
Is she gone? Stay away from Swedish women. Stay away from women. They're expensive. Sorry, what was the question?
What would the word of wisdom to younger Joseph would be?
Don't spend, save. But the thing is, no, I'm being honest. I'm being honest. The thing is that when you have a mindset like mine, okay, I have the ability, not that I have the ability like it's a superpower or whatever, but I view money very differently from most people, okay? Most people kind of like, when they get a little bit of money, whatever, they hold on to it. They really cherish it. They hold on to it. For me, I don't value money like that. I value money more so for the opportunities that it brings, but the happiness that it brings to others, okay? And I'm not afraid of money, okay? I can tell you, when I was in Spain, when I moved to Spain, I was involved in telecommunications. I set up my own company. I've never been able to work for anybody because I always feel that nobody could pay me what I feel I'm worth, okay? So I had a telecoms company, sold it to my client. Then I got into Spain and I was in real estate. And real estate was where I made my first, when did you make your first million? Was in real estate in Spain. I put together a project, a purchasing project, and it was the most bizarre thing. I walked into the notary, I had my lawyer here, me sitting here, the agent, the developer sitting there, and then my bank manager, Paco, sitting there, I remember his name. And so I negotiated to buy properties at a heavily discounted price because I saw the recession was coming. So I knew a developer was in trouble. So I bought his properties for the loan value that he had at the bank, which was 30% of the value of the properties, okay? But the bank already had clients for them. So the bank was financing me 70%, okay? So the bank manager was literally passing a check to me. I passed the full amount to the sales guy, the developer. The developer would then write a check commission to me. I would then pass it back to Paco, who would put it into my account, okay? So that transaction lasted 4 hours. I walked in with nothing, let's just say, but I came out with the keys to 13 properties and a check for 1.4 million euros, which Paco put into my account. And because that whole exercise happened within, I think it was about 3.5 months for me to put that deal together. I spent that money in 4 months because it came quick and I knew there was more coming. So I put more deals together. You see, and again, it comes down to it. You don't chase the money, because if you are good at what you do and you have the conviction of what it is that you do and who you are as a person, the money comes anyway as a result of your activities.
Side effect.
It's 100%. And so coming back to what you said, I would say to myself that I know I have the ability to create wealth, but this is where I have Dagmara, okay? I need to manage my finances better, because there are many people like me who make a ton of cash, but we just don't know how to keep it because we just spend it. That's how I had a garage worth about 2 million euros, all purchased cash cars, because I didn't know what to buy, so I bought cars. And I bought another one. And I bought another one. The next thing, I'm the collection.
Guys, do you have a questions, Joseph?
Any questions? Not about Swedish women. I plead the fifth. Any questions? Who's got a question?
What was the breaking point in your business career?
Larissa, my deal, because the aviation deal in Kiev, because what that showed me was that I could make really good money through my, I would say, my core skill, which is my ability to communicate with people. You know, I'm not an educated person, as many of you are here, I assume, even this one. I'm not, I don't have degrees. You know, my studies, I went through normal schooling, and that means there's a story coming along. I went through normal schooling and I went to a regular college, business college, and I remember that I didn't go for the exams. I deliberately didn't go for the exams. Do you know why? Because I knew that it wouldn't be needed. I wouldn't need it. So I just went to this college because I knew that in the UK we have a thing called a common room, okay, which is where in your college during lessons they have a pool table, you know, like drinks machines and everything. And the college that I went to was a very cool college. It was actually in time out as being that common room was the coolest place to be during the summer. Richmond College common room. So I went to that college. So I went through the lessons and everything. And when it came to the exams, I just felt that this wasn't my path because I had my own sort of skill set. So I left the studies aside and I kind of set on this path, which has kind of led me to where I am today. You know, so I think the breakthrough was really the affirmation from a client saying that they are entrusting you with their business, and it was nothing more than providing them with what they wanted. But the reason why she gave me the business and the reason why my clients give me the business is simply because of one thing, my personality. Nothing else. Nothing else. That's the only thing that differentiates me and him and him and him and him and her. It's our personality. If we all have the same skill set, what's going to make me stand out more so? It's my attention to how I see the deal and how I wish to serve the client. So again, coming back to what Martin said about lawyers, for example, or even those of you in the automotive industry, connect with your clients on a real one-to-one basis, okay? And I assure you, you will achieve so much. But I don't know why. It's kind of like when I meet people, they feel that they have to put on this persona. You know, they have to be this person. They have to be this person that they think I want them to be. But no, it's not about that. It's just about being you. I mean, Carol there, I'm going to put him on the limelight. Carol and I connected because Carol is a helicopter pilot, okay? And he worked for a charter company here in Poland. And I can't remember. Oh yeah, it was. It was to Veranda. Was it the first flight Veranda? It was. Okay, so again, me being me and wanted to do things a bit different, I wanted to go to Veranda home. I don't know if you know where it is, which is not that far. And Carol's heliport is not far at all from Veranda home. Yeah, it's not far at all. I think, how long was the flight? 6 minutes or something? 9 minutes. 9-minute flight, okay? And but I just didn't want to turn up in a car, and I thought, what better way than to land a helicopter
Well,
in
actually,
the ground?
with the Veranda thing, you'll have to drop your car 2 miles away.
Yes,
Because
yes.
the road is a nightmare.
Yeah. So I remember calling them up and asking them, you know, do you have a table or whatever? They're like, yeah. And then I just said, can I land a helicopter there? And they were like, what? And I'm just like, yeah, can I just land a helicopter? And they're like, we're not sure, whatever. And then I connected. I just said, okay, I'll pass you on to Carol and pilot. And Carol made all the arrangements. And then I went for lunch. And it was just, you see the faces on people. It's just like, mate, what is going on? But the thing is that if you set the levels and standards of how you want to live, then taking a 9-minute helicopter, it would take me, I don't know, 20 minutes, 30 minutes to drive 30 minutes to a heliport, meet Carol, have some biscuits, and then get in the helicopter, fly to Veranda for a quick lunch, and then fly back. You know, there's no reason why that cannot be your norm. It's not extravagant. It's only extravagant if you see it as being extravagant. But if you see it as being your sense of normality, then it is normal.
But it's fun. We recall it now.
Yes. And coming back to what I wanted to say, and I mentioned Carol, is because, you know, through chartering a helicopter or so, I got to know Carol, not because he's a helicopter pilot, you know, and a very good one, but because he's a bloody good guy. Just a normal, really decent human being. And so it doesn't matter what you do, just be a really normal, decent human being. And this is why as well, I interact here with the police in such a way which is just so bizarre, okay? You know, a lot of the policemen here know me, etc., but they are just so friendly. And that's because I treat them as normal human beings and I give them the respect that their role as policemen is due. And again, Martin is my lawyer, but I treat him as a non-normal, no, I'm joking, as a normal human being, because I treat him as a friend, but I also know that if I need something, he's got my back in that respect. You know, if I need to fly somewhere, Carol is a friend, but if I need to fly somewhere, I'm calling Carol, you know? So I just think that before we look at the title, the position, look at the man or the woman. That's the most important thing, and value them on that, on who they are, not what they are or what they have, etc.
It was a pleasure, Joe. Take care.
Is it finished?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I was enjoying that. For me, it's been fun, and do you know what? The thing is that a lot of people wonder about me, and they don't know my story. What I've told you now is perhaps maybe about 10% of my story, because I have some serious stories. I have some wild stories. And the thing is that to have this opportunity, it doesn't matter who you are. I just want to be able to share, to give people a different perspective on life. Okay? It's not about, oh, let's go and listen to the rich guy talk or whatever. It's just let's go listen to this guy and listen to the path that he's led, because fundamentally we all have a story. We have all walked a path. And if we have the utmost belief in ourselves and our ability, that will determine how rosy that path is that we walk in the future. So I just want to say thank you. Dziękuję. Do widzenia.